Alright guys, so as many of you know, I got myself a new Kawasaki Versys. This video is going to be a little different because I put some engine guards on it, which I like, but one of the issues was that the engine guards that I bought from AliExpress, cheapest ones I could find, not that that's always a concern, but they came with no manuals. So no manuals, no instructions, and I had a lot of issues at the start trying to figure out how to get these things to connect. So I'm going to show you, for those that are buying these, how to install them, I think. Okay, that's coming up. Okay, so there's the bike's there, and we're going to go a little closer so that you guys can actually see the actual engine guards. I'm going to bring this over here and set this up so that we can talk about how to install these kind of the proper way. Okay, I'm going to put this down, one sec. Now the first thing to kind of realize is that this is a 2018, and I don't think it really matters too much. 2015 is what this said through 2018. I'm not sure if the 19 is a little different, but definitely fits between those realms or range of years. So these engine guards come in 4 pieces, so 2 per side. A few things to realize is that this piece here and this piece here are the 2 pieces on this side, and the same as on the other side. So I'm not going to do both sides. You guys can get an idea after I do this side. So number 1, you have to do the lower guard first, because this piece mounts to this piece. My thought was, because the engine guard has to mount to the frame somehow, I was starting with the top one, and there's a tube for the frame that comes in here, and I figured it was supposed to mount to that, but my fairing was covering it, and it just didn't seem to fit. So I ended up contacting the reseller because I thought something was wrong, but it was me. So on attempt number 2, I decided to put the lower guards on first, which is these parts right here. This version, at least, of the Versys, nice and simple to install. Actually, shouldn't take you much more than about a half an hour. You will of course get all the nuts and bolts and brackets and things like that that you need. Not that it's much, but you do. So first off, this piece here goes behind this almost fairing. So it's nice and simple. There's a bolt that attaches to the frame back here. Just pop this off. It's just an Allen key. Once this is off, you can actually undo this bolt, lift this panel back, and you basically slide this in and then reattach it. Of course, don't tighten any of the bolts until you kind of got the whole piece mounted, and then refasten them. So coming up here, you'll see this mounts into the frame. So one big bolt that comes here, you're going to snug this off. So take it off, put the bolt on, and then all you're going to do is refasten it. Now the end of the bolts back here is nice and simple. You just kind of got to get underneath the bike to do. Not that hard. Just kind of fasten it, snug it, and then tighten it. Last but not least, you will have the main tube that comes down. So once this tube comes down, there is a backing behind here that you were going to mount, and it matches and it latches onto this tube. Get it nice and tight, and that's not going anywhere. You're going to do basically the same on the other side. The only other difference is on the other side where the shifter is, you kind of have to get a bolt in there. It's okay. Again, get a good set of Allen keys. This one is a little different because really only 2 mounting points. Number 1 is that it will mount onto this, which is why this part has to be on first. The second one is on the front, and this piece, which wraps around your light, and again it's on both sides, what happens is those 2 pieces latch to each other. That's a little bit more difficult to do. I had this fairly tightened. It would rest on the actual lights, which is okay. And then basically once they were on, again not tight, I tightened the front, got these all good, because you want to make sure these are in a position that it's not necessarily resting too heavily or at all on your front signals. Other than that, once you get it all done, you're gonna snug them all up. You should be good. This is on there nice and firm. It's not going anywhere, as you can see. These are good. This is probably the primary one, that's the important one. And if you ever wanted to put something like highway pegs on, you could mount onto this piece right here. No issues at all. Or this piece, get some highway pegs coming out here, just to give your legs and knees a little stretch. All right guys, that's it. I wanted to show you these because I really like these bars. I like the way they look. After I've installed them, the installation is actually pretty easy. Just wish they came with instructions. So now you have them. Now you have some instructions. All right guys, so hopefully that was a bit helpful, because I know that it's not a hard install, but I do know that if you start putting the pieces on in the wrong order, it can be pretty much impossible. You'll end up like what I was like, where you think pieces are missing. Hopefully this will help give you a good idea of how these go on. Again, I'll put a link down below if you guys are interested to where I got them from. And that's it, my friends. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will see you guys next video. Later.